The first segment of the Hot 7 Nightly News is brought to you by Flow.
Tonight, the Minister for Health speaks on new stricter protocols to address the current COVID crisis. Questions surrounding the reopening of school are finally answered, and a call for calm as COVID-19 numbers keep climbing by the hundreds. The details of these stories and more coming up.
This is the Hot 7 Nightly News with Lovelace and Amy Joseph.
Good night. It is Friday, the 27th of August, 2021. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. I'm Lovely St. Amy Joseph. Thank you for joining us. The government of St. Lucia has announced tougher COVID-19 protocols in an effort to address a concerning spike in cases. The number of positive cases is climbing by the hundreds, and so new curfew times have been introduced as part of revised protocols. The Minister for Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, Moses Jabatis, issued a 9-minute address. We take you to the most salient points of that press statement.
In an effort to urgently address the current spike in cases, the Cabinet of Ministers have agreed to the following measures effective Saturday, August 28, 2021 to Monday, September 6, 2021. Blended approaches at workplaces along with the strengthening of infection prevention and control measures at all sectors. Adjustment to the curfew times. Saturday, August 28th, curfew starts from 4 p.m. and ends on Sunday, August 29th at 4 a.m. Sunday, August 29th, curfew starts from 1 p.m. and ends on Monday, August 30th at 4 a.m. Monday, August 30th to Friday, September 3rd, curfew will be starting from 7 p.m. and ends every day at 4 a.m. Saturday, September 4th, curfew starts from 4 p.m. and ends on Monday, September 6th at 4 a.m. This means all day Sunday there will be a curfew. I repeat, this means all day Sunday, September 5th, there will be a curfew which will end at 4 a.m. on Monday, September 6th. For the transportation sector, minibus operators are to travel with a maximum of 10 passengers per load. Prohibition of all social activities and family household activities and limited to 10 individuals per household. A review of the public health data and indicators will be carried out in the next 7 days to guide any further measures to be implemented.
That was Minister of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs Moses Jabatis. Once again, students will be engaging in a mixed modality of learning. As per the instructions of the Ministries of Health and Education, face-to-face and in-class instruction have been suspended for all except the early childhood sector. The Acting Chief Education Officer says this time around, the move to online learning will not be long.
There will be little to no face-to-face instruction come September 2021 between students and teachers at schools island-wide, according to an announcement made by the Ministry of Education on Friday. As the date set for the reopening of school drew nearer, parents, teachers, and students all waited anxiously to find out whether there would be any changes to the date or the modality of instruction that would be used. The announcement also revealed that learning will commence for all educational and training institutions on Monday 13th September 2021, utilizing the distributed learning approach. The Acting Education Officer, Cyrus Sepal, says while it has been proven that the school may be one of the safest places for a child and one of the areas with the lowest transmission rates of COVID-19, the spike in cases that is being seen was the driving factor behind not only the delayed reopening of school, but the return to virtual classes.
Amid the rise of COVID, there is something that we need to understand. The safest place for the children, according to the World Health Organization, that will be at the schools. Because if you take into consideration small communities where the children, they don't stay at home, but they continue to interact with each other. They don't wear masks when they do that. They don't sanitize. They don't do any of these things. So some of us who have the privilege where our children may stay at home, we need to think broader than that and understand the wider society and the effects of COVID on these children. So the safest place for the children will be at the school. However, because of the spike, as I said, and with our consultation with the CMO, then we took the decision that we are going to have the online school for the rest of this month. And then to be more specific, not just online, but then we are using the term distributed learning.
Early childhood centers, however, will be opened for a face-to-face engagement on Monday, 6th September. Sipal explained that such a decision was not taken lightly, and education stakeholders are doing what they believe is best for the health and safety of all right now.
Having had consultation with NPA, the Madam President is right there, and the SLTU, we saw the need to extend the planning week by 1 week. So therefore, starting Monday, we are starting with the Principals Conference, and our newly appointed Minister and Parliamentary Secretary will be addressing the principals, and then we will continue the morning or the day with the meeting with the other heads of department from the Ministry of Education.
Parents are being asked to note that the newly commissioned early childhood centers in Moashi, Grosile, Jacmel, and Meagood shall open for face-to-face engagement on Monday, 4th October 2021. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
The announcement of a return to online learning has sparked concern about issues that existed previously. A range of issues, from lack of access to digital devices to lack of internet access, affected the delivery of education using online platforms. This time around, the acting chief education officer says things will be different.
Since the advent of COVID-19, students and teachers have not been able to complete an entire academic year in a physical school plant. As students and teachers prepare for what feels like the 100th time to engage in another bout of blended learning, have there been any improvements to ensure that the issues experienced during the last academic year are not repeated? The acting chief education officer, Cyrus Sipal, had this to say.
One of the major things was that the platforms that were being used, every school was using a different platform, whether it is the Study Ladder, whether it is a Google platform, or whichever one. So what the ministry has done now is to recommend that one platform and make it available, and also provide the training. The ministry provided the training for teachers. So teachers who were not fully equipped to undertake the program, now they are. So that part has been taken care of. The other major issue now is one now that is to some extent beyond us, and then we have to continue the consultation that we have it going. That is connectivity in all the communities. So the child may have the device, but they don't have the connectivity. So which means they're missing out. Or you may have situations also where they may not have the device now, and then we are going online. So that's why we said now the ministry, we have realized some of these situations, and then the policy makers and will continue to work with the necessary agencies to ensure that we have internet access in every community and in every household.
The president of the National Principals Association, Valerie St. Helen Henry, echoed the issues of lack of connectivity and devices, but explained that in order for a better outcome, the additional planning week will be taken full advantage of.
We will not have everybody on board. As much as the teachers would want to open school and receive their students in their classrooms, decorate their classrooms, welcome the students, and so on, it's not possible. So we have to go with the flow, try our best. The 2 weeks that has been extended for planning, the principals and the teachers are going to make good use of it in preparing for the online instruction. Some teachers may need more training. That's a reality, that the teachers are not all on the same in terms of the technology. So continuous training, continuous other professional workshops during that time to get the teachers on par to give the online instruction, as well as to prepare for the face-to-face instructions when we begin. With the face-to-face instruction, we know that COVID is around, so the constant supervision and monitoring of the protocols is a challenge. In some schools, you had situations where students were still being absent because of being ill, and then you had teachers being absent because of illness.
The acting CEO says the challenges faced by students with disabilities have been noted and they will be better accommodated this time around.
We know that special ed, they have been mostly disadvantaged with the online learning. So there might be the recommendation that come October, if in case every school may not be able to go face-to-face, but as we have the preschoolers already, then we may do the special ed, and then, as we go along, we have it on a rotation basis in terms of the schools that we bring in face-to-face.
Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Janique Gonda.
You're watching the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. Still to come, a social activist calls for calm amidst growing cases of COVID-19. The Prime Minister visits St. Jude Hospital, and one community is finally free from a funky nuisance. That and more after the break.
The first segment of the Hot 7 Nightly News was brought to you by Flow.